YouTube. Sorry it's been a while since I've been able to get out and make any videos of any kind, really, any usefulness. Had a lot of things going on, personal life and stuff, but hopefully I'll be out more and making more videos again. Someone's sneaking around behind there. I'm sorry about that. Thought I heard someone or something. Could have been a deer. Yeah, hopefully I'll get out and do a bit more video and video making. Trying out a double system audio this time with a little microphone here, and it's the first time I've used it for one of these sort of videos. I mean, I've used it before for some sort of little review type videos, but nothing much. But I've come to the woods again anyway, that's what I was saying, to just run through a few bits of kit, not particularly new stuff or whatever, but just a few bits of information on kit, some hopefully useful tips, and a little bit of a review sort of stuff. So today I'm hoping to use my Kettle again. As you can see, it's well used, just because it's a lot easier to use, or a lot faster to use, than Trangia kettle. I came to the spot I made my bread, or one of my bread making videos, and I can tell no one's been here since that I made that, which is about a year ago, maybe a bit more, because over here there's still all of the fire dogs from the fire I made. So if I really wanted to get a fire going, I still got those, and they're still, well, starting to go a bit soft now, but in fact that one's completely rotten. So, but they might help get a fire going at some point if I wanted one, but I don't need one today, so I won't bother with those. So Kelly kettle or storm kettle. Basically, if you've not seen one before, it's just a double-walled kettle that has a chimney up the middle and a firebox at the bottom. And you just make the small fire in the bottom with twigs and pine cones. Well, you can use leaves; they're not very good though. Just anything combustible, really. And obviously, you fill the water into that spout, it goes into the jacket, and the heat coming up the middle boils the water from the inside face of this, and the hotter it burns, the faster it draws and gets hotter. It's like a chimney effect, a stack effect, I think they call it. And basically, it just boils 1.5 litres. This is only a 1.5 litre container, really fast. So it's like the old version of the traditional version of a jet boil, I suppose. So I'll go and get some twigs and probably some pine cones, and show you which is the best sort of pine cone to use, and get that going. So talk to you in a minute. Right, now that's the sort of twigs you need, just small dryish twigs, or dry. No, not really any bigger than your fist, but I mean a little bit bigger is not too bad, because they have to obviously they have to fit inside the pan, the firebox. So as long as they sort of fit in there, the usual style, smaller stuff at the bottom to get it going, and tinder, obviously, so kindling rather, and then tinder at the bottom, the very bottom, to get it going. But I'm going to cheat today, so it doesn't have to be too neat and tidy in there, just as long as the this will fit on top properly, the main chamber. So you just need a small amount to get it going really at the beginning, because you can feed it from the top through the chimney when it's actually light and in use. So we'll keep those to one side for now. There's some little twigs in there. And the pine cones that we're going to use are these the ones that have already had the seeds eaten off them, like that, as opposed to these. I mean, these will work, but they're not that great. Something wandering around over there, don't know what it is. But these don't, well, they will burn eventually, but they're not that great. And the other advantage with using these sort of ones that have already been sort of eaten, if you like, they had the seeds pulled off them and eaten, or the scales pulled off and then the seeds eaten out of them. But these means, when you use these, it means like the squirrels and other rodents and whatnot have already had the useful bits that they want out of these. I mean, the chances are if these are lying around next to these, then these are no good for eating anyway, so that's probably why they've been left. But use these ones, they burn a lot easier, and they've already been used, sort of thing. So, and there's no trees going to be growing from that stuff, so we're not harming the environment. I'm cheating today, as instead of trying to hunt down some tinder to get it going, I'm just going to use a bit of methylated spirits from the Trangia. Bit of that in the bottom there. I'll also need the water to put inside it. What I'll do is move this a little bit, because that will the flame or the heat can come out the top quite a lot, so I don't want to put it under my tarp, so I'll move it over there. Put that there. Right, and fill the water up. Oop. Right, now that's about a litre of water in there. It's up to there. It's meant to hold 1.5 litres, but I think that's the total volume of the whole thing by the looks of it, because a litre's come up to there, and I spilt a tiny bit as well. So, but yeah. Now with this, when you pour it, obviously you want to hold the wooden handle and tip it, but that's going to get a bit annoying, and I'll show you why when we get to there. And obviously you don't want this rested on the side, because it will dry out the wood and get hot and everything. So I just wrap that around there and use the cork to hold it out. I think you can see that, should be able to. I'm using an action cam which has got a wider angle lens than what I usually use, so that's probably why it looks a bit funny at the moment. Right, so let's get that going. Before it gets too hot, I'll move it around. You might be able to see the flames coming out the top there, and to feed it, once it's going, just drop some the dry twigs into the top there, and your pine cones, should you want to have those in there. Put a couple of those in there. That should be enough for this to get it going, with any luck. Right, well, one of the pine cones is wedged in there, so let's poke that down with a stick. There we go. Right, and so it's pretty efficient, this sort of kettle. It doesn't use a huge amount of fuel, but it makes the most out of that amount of fuel. So hopefully that shouldn't take too long to boil. Well, it won't take too long to boil, but yeah. So that's the main thing I was coming out today, just to show you the pine cone thing. Right, now while that's boiling, I'll just go through a couple of other bits and pieces. Now, a little while ago, I bought one of these small knife sharpeners, like little pocket knife sharpeners. But I realised, well, not very long, but soon realised rather, that because the sharpening parts there and there, it's got ceramic rods in one side and a diamond sort of blades in the other, and you use it like that. I mean, you've probably seen these before, but what I realised is because the rods are in the centre, you can't sharpen right down to the ricasso on the knife. It starts at sort of misses about 5mm, or nearly 1/4 of an inch, I guess, if you're in metric, imperial rather. But it works for most of the blade, obviously, and it'll get you out of a bind if you need to sharpen your knife. So, but yeah, that's that thing. And the other thing I was going to mention is the Northern Ireland Patrol Pack, the NI Patrol Pack, British Army ones. Got one over here, and they're not too bad. I mean, the material itself is as robust as the older PLCE webbing, but the plastic buckles and clasps, or whatever you call them, are a little bit cheaper, and they can be a bit trickier to push together and open. So I've got a funny feeling those will break before too much heavy use, but time will tell. They haven't broken yet, so, and I only paid £30 for it. So other than that, it's a really good pack. I mean, it holds a lot of gear, and it's, as I say, the actual fabric itself is durable, and it's waterproof as well. It's got a sort of waterproof lining on the inside of it. But yeah, so that's one to see in the future. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's workable. It's better than some of the cheap packs you can buy, so we'll go with that. And yeah, so now it looks like the kettle isn't long to go to boiling now, so I shall flip this round again and get my cup ready. That's going to squirt out a lot. Right, that's well and truly boiling now, so to lift it off, grab the sides of the handle, the bail arm there. Just flick these few bits inside there. Yeah, lift the bail arm each side like that, and because you don't want to lift the handle above it while the fire's going inside, because you'll get the hot exhaust right on your knuckles there. And to pour it, as I said before, use the chain on the back to lift it or tilt it as you're holding the handle, like so. I'm going to leave that to one side now. Put that over there actually. And if you use 3-in-1 coffees while you're out and about, which are made by Nescafe or several other brands actually make them, I think. Not sure of the names offhand, but I know other manufacturers make their equivalent of a 3-in-1 sort of instant sachet of coffee. Once you've made it, you can use the wrapper, if you twist it up, to stir your coffee, get it all dissolved. Saves getting a spoon out and using a spoon, and having something else to wash up afterwards. So that's that. Just let the fire burn down a bit now as well. So yeah, so that's really the main things I came out today to go through. Didn't want to make it too long a video, so if there's any sort of jumps and cuts, or jump cuts as they say in this video, then that's because I've tried to shorten it from rabbiting on, because I've got a tendency to waffle quite a lot. So, but yeah, just letting you know that I'm hopefully trying to get back out and make some more videos. I mean, I've been to the woods quite a lot lately, last couple of months or so, but I haven't made any videos, so hopefully this I'll be able to get out and make a few more videos for you. Okay, alright, thanks for watching, take care.